Oh boy. What I'm going to try to do while talking about other stuff is, you know what these are? They aren't pills, not pills. These are cigarette filters. They rattle really good. You hear that? Yeah. Got some crappy pipe tobacco and some Bugler papers. Not a sponsor. Are you allowed to advertise this stuff anymore? Hell, I don't know. Probably not in California. You can't get away with shit in California. As much as I love California, I'm mad at California often. I'm probably gonna need my lighter. Oh, you want to see this? It's one of my best inventions. You see, I got this lighter. See, it got a spark, and it's high tech. I think they call it tactical. Now I always lose. I lose this lighter. You may have seen some of my previous videos where I'm groping for any number of lighters because I keep them handy because hopefully I'll have one, and then I bitch and whine about it. So I thought, what can I do to reduce my chances of losing my lighter? Well, got the lighter, and then I got the tactical adjustable wrench. This is not a Crescent brand wrench. You know, I don't want to infringe on copyrights and stuff here because you never know. It's like Disney, though. They'll put your ass in a Filipino jail in a damn jiffy. So yeah. I'm saying, oh yeah, I got all these linguistic tics I only notice when I'm talking. When I'm doing this, and I, believe it or not, on occasion, I actually look at my finished product for more than 20 seconds. That's my dedication. I watch my own crap. Especially my shorts, which you don't see here. You do on my other channel. I think my shorts are brilliant. I love them. Other people don't like them. Some people seem to get the what the fuck, stuff going on. Those people I just discount. Because why do we have to understand anything? Like, I like that. I don't know what it means, but I like it. I don't need to know what it means. I liked it. You don't need an interpretation because I'm a low-level artist. I admit I used to be much better, but shit happens. But it is art. It's pretty avant-garde. Let's use that word. Avant-garde dead anyway. Nobody's avant-garde anymore. People just mimic. You see, I lost my... Oh, there it is. Now, it's really hard to light a cigarette when you can't see down. Having a mask on and smoking... Oh, God. I think I just lost my filter. See, I fucked it up. Got to roll another one. Yeah. It just keeps coming and going. Do I need another cigarette? Probably not. Am I going to have one? Probably. I swear I'm not on meth. I'm just twitchy and spastic. So get any funny ideas, and I don't do duster. I don't own a lizard. I don't want to own a lizard. Because if I have one, people say, yeah, you're mistreating the lizard. Well, I smoke around a lizard. And that's bad for a lizard, so guess what? I don't have a lizard. God damn. I should actually light a roll of smoke before I go here. Part of the charm. Anyway, that avant-garde or art stuff, it was real. Dadaism was the best thing. You can still see it. A couple of movies, uh, photos. Weird. I don't. People go on about surrealism. Well, how many surrealists or wannabes can name any quantity of real surrealistic artists? You're gonna know that weird chick with the unibrow and or boyfriend, husband, whatever it was, who was not by any stretch a Dadaism. He just made kind of dumpy but okay murals. But yeah, and they were involved with Trotsky. That doesn't make them cool. And no brand of communism has ever been good, cool, will ever be cool. If you start saying, well, we've never had real communism. Yeah, you have, and it wasn't good. That's what it turns into. It's an inevitability. You can't work around it. But if people care, why do you even just talk about this shit? It's stupid. This is really hard. It's like I'm on drugs, but this is pure wholesome nicotine here. I think couldn't get this old if I was on the dopes. Well, that's not true. I've known some old tweakers. I've known some old junkies. A lot of old junkies. Really. Yeah, I don't know. I liked opiates when I did them a little bit. I never did them that much. I loved them, but I never had this hankering for doing them nonstop. It was quite a nice treat. Yeah, morphine. Oh God, I loved it. I love that shit. And what is that other one? They give it to junkies because it kills them, and whatever. It'll come to me. Methadone, that stuff. Methadone rocks. Don't do it. I mean, God, don't do any. I don't recommend drugs at all. At all of them. Pretty much any of them are counterproductive. You know what this is? Gravy Chalice. I still got it, CEO. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna listen to horrible music like that. Yeah. Didn't like that stuff then. I don't like it now. Yes, for art. A long time, actually in the 80s, 90s, probably to the present, people do creepy doll head stuff. Okay, that was done in the 1910s when it actually was interesting. They also did things like putting a bunch of cubes into a bird cage, which I thought that was cool, and then the urinal with the R. Mutt autograph. That was cool stuff. Yeah, I took my ex. Which museum was it? I've been to a few. I think it was the San Jose one, which is bogus, except they had a Dadaism room, small one, but they had some good stuff. They had a reproduction of the urinal, which I think is the greatest piece of sculpture in human history. My ex is like, what's so great? It's a urinal. It's the best urinal. It was the first one to be taken out of context and said, this urinal is now art because it's here. Okay, that was a great notion. I mean, Andy Warhol ripped off the whole theory behind it. Yeah, he's slick. He was a good advertising person. He pretty much admitted that he was a complete fraud. And by saying you're a pop artist and you're a complete fraud, that makes you legit. That's what pop culture kind of does, which I heartily endorse. I endorse it. So anyway, take the ex to this, and she wasn't my ex then. She was just a mediocre girlfriend. I was worse than mediocre, but we're not going to go there because I've apologized for my shit. She never apologized first, whatever. So it goes. That's her. That's her thing. So we go to the room, and I'd seen her daughter's art, and walk around. Look at this one, and it was a window box, whatever they call it is, behind glass, and it's got little niches in it. And yeah, look at that. I'm like, oh, that's just like my daughter makes those. And said, yeah, look at the date. Like, it's 1919. It was cool then. It's not cool now. This has been done. It's exactly what your daughter has done. It's just a ripoff. Yeah, if it looks cool, I'll like it. I'm not going to call it anything daring. If they do a nice job. She never did a nice job. She had like dice and stuff that had no depth to it. So she got angry at me, and she just couldn't talk for a while. You don't like anything my daughter does. No, I don't like her, and I don't like her art. Besides that, oh yeah, I don't like her makeup. She's got a funny nose. Yeah, I guess I don't like her. Oh, yeah, she lies, and she's creepy. Creepy. That's the first time I've used the word creepy in context. But the word creepy itself, that was something junkies in New York used. They used that word. They were real absolute creeps. Were, really bad eggs creeping around penny arcades. That's where the perverts and dope peddlers and pill heads hung out. New York in the 1940s, 1950s is... I don't think people understand it. I wasn't there, but I sure studied enough, and it was great. I think it was the Day of the Geek, or The Generation of the Geek by Jack Kerouac. It's a short story. I think it was lifted from his novel, The Town and the City. You might want to find that and read that. It's dynamic. It's wonderful. It is. Well, I'm a big Kerouac fan. I really am, because I hated the two movies made about Kerouac. They're awful. The movie On the Road was just screamingly horrid. It made me angry. I was warned in advance. It's just going to make you angry. Well, it did. Didn't watch much of it. I got outraged, threw balled up socks at the screen, did a, cocktail spit. Back when I was still drinking. I miss drinking. I say that a lot. I do miss drinking, just can't do it. Oh, God, I miss being a drunk. Oh, well. Yeah. So Art's dead. Art's dead because I say so. There's nothing interesting. Yeah, there's some pop stuff that passes of art, but there's nothing dynamic. There's nothing evolutionary about its variations on a very narrow set of themes. And it's not because I'm old. I like stuff that was done long before I was born, over some decades. That's called research, by the way. And if you're one of those ninnies, you're old, and we young people, oh man. I hear this from people who are going into their 30s. You're not young anymore. You're on the cusp of middle age. and you seem to brag about not knowing big words. And oh, come on. I'm going to take that back. There's some good artists I know of who do stuff that is absolutely personal to them, and they express it with no inhibitions, and they're funny. Now, genuinely humorous. You guys know who you are. ACO, Sostradamus, several others. So I'll name drop again, because I like them that much. It seems that Cobra is a good place to meet people I respect. So thank you, Cobra. There's 100 reasons why I love Cobra. Well, not that many, but hyperbole. So, well, people like to point out that, well, literally, don't use the word, literally, and use the word hyperbole. Yay, it's a great word. Use words. God, I'm cranky. Kind of hope this video doesn't come out, but it takes your chances with my currently shabby equipment. It's mostly because I don't pay attention to how to set it up. Yeah, some of the rocks in it too. I could have went on the cigarette. I don't need one. Gives me something to do with my hands while I'm doing this, because I don't not nervous, but I have to watch my strokey stuff as well as I can, because it's not embarrassing. It's just, oh, it's therapy. Sure it is. What I'm doing right now is therapy. Yeah, that therapy was a bitch when I first. I could barely talk. Yeah. I kind of almost forgot about that. My ex, I do see relatively often, just to be with the dog, and yeah, she's actually a pretty wonderful woman in her own right. Good artist, by the way. There's another artist. She doesn't know she's a folk artist, but she really is. I love her. It has charm. It has her own style. I can spot her stuff a mile off, and it's just, again, it's her expression, her unique, goofy joy in life. Best kind of artist. I think it's the only kind of artist that's gonna survive ever. That's my take. Literature's dead, just dead as Dillinger. I'm sorry, poetry is really a device for little precious people. There. Later. This is one of these long videos that nobody's going to watch anyway, so I can say anything you want to. You're not watching me, are you? Well, I don't blame you. It feels like, God, it tastes like I lit the wrong end. This is shitty tobacco. But it saves money. It saves a lot of money. And I overspent. Not to the extent where I'm broke. I'm not broke. I seldom, if ever, go completely broke at the end of the month. I've been down to my last shekels, but enough to get me through. It's something I want to avoid too, or at least buy something of any merit before. Fuck, I'm taking this mask off. I'm naked. Y'all know what I look like and who I am. God. Anybody who bothers seeking me out, trolling me. Why would you troll me? I'll troll right back. Or I may agree with you. I'm not owned by my ego. I'm on to myself. Yeah. I'm growing some self-esteem. Yeah. Thank you, Pleasant Potato. She rocks. She respects me more than I deserve, but I'll take it. I respect her for, she's genius. She's an artist. Folk, yeah, hard to tell. She's cool. She's my friend. She's loyal. She's a loyal friend. And I got a few here on YouTube and a couple in the real world. I don't need any more. I'm buying a pack of real cigarettes tomorrow. Or not. But yeah. Spending, I overspent. I bought my electrical skillet combustion, which haven't used yet, but I bought a 4-slice toaster, which again I needed an oven because I didn't have an oven. Well, I could get a microwave for free. I just absolutely have no use for it. People see my room like, you got a lot of stuff in there, and I do, but I don't want any more. It's where it suits me now. And again, small room living takes some kind of skill and strategy. It takes a lot of strategy. I like strategy. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not getting depressed very often now. I actually get little bursts of good moods, which I don't want too many of that because that turns into mania, and I don't want mania. And a little mania, enough to clean my room. Except when it turns off, when the drugs actually work, I get stuff done. Not today. Yesterday was good days. Been working on. Well, small rooms are sculpture, and you gotta imagine that everything you do is in a small room. Any mess you make is right in that room. You're gonna track stuff in that room. You gotta vacuum pretty much every day in your room. Don't have a dishwasher. I have like a motel sink, which works fine. Again, strategy for not coggling the thing, and how to keep your trash can turning into a roach feeding trough. Oh, by the way, my freezer bugs they're in bay. Not enough to be concerned. Stay on top of them, but I'm never going to be roach free in this place. But there was that 1 month where I was getting inundated after it was gassed in here, and that was a lot of work. Freezer bugs suck. I get like 3 a day now. That's up from like 40 a day. It's crap. Make it stop. But I don't use insecticides. The bait doesn't work that much. I have my own strategies. Some people have heard of it. You wanna find out how I cope with it? I'll do it, but I'm not going to go into it now because I don't want to. That's more like work. I don't get paid for this shit. Obviously, I wouldn't make any money if I did get paid. Did I? Yeah. So this is my clumsy attempt at a long video. Yeah, I want to do more stuff. I'm not feeling the complete practical mojo for doing it yet, but I have the stuff. Kitchen is a little cluttery, but it can be made into shape in 5 minutes. I could be making cooking videos at my various locations for doing that. Kind of need so I want to start making better food, but I said that before. It's not that I'm lying. It's just that I need to stop saying I'm planning on, because it hasn't come into pass, and it makes me feel like a schnook. It's a good word, schnook. I'm a schnook. Well, I love you guys. You know that. Some of you some of you do love me. I know that. And thank you. I'm not sure if I'm worthy, but hey, if you don't feel worthy, make yourself be worthier. Seems to kind of work for me. I don't know. People who coax me along are doing me a big favor. Oh well. Nighty, morning, whatever, noon, brunch, whatever the fuck.